Yeah, it's been a while, dude. Haven't done one of these videos in like forever.
You just enjoy flying?
Yeah, dude. No, but today I got this like it's Arrow's Mig-29. It's a twin 64 millimeter.
And this was the one that was like red, white, and blue or something, right?
I just couldn't stand the color, man. I had to paint it, so I just went with this like sky camo.
Yeah, it looks good.
Military look. Kind of hard to see today, but
Yeah.
but it's fun. But I really like this plane, man. There's a lot of twin 64s coming out these days. Like the Motion RC one's really nice. It's got crazy power on that Tomcat. Even though people seem to be having problems landing it, but
yeah, but their other 64s are really good
Yeah.
too. I mean, they have a lot of power.
I think the thing that people forget is that these are heavy planes for their size.
Yes.
You know, you can't glide these guys in, so you have to come in with power. Otherwise, you're gonna stall for sure.
Yeah.
Even with this guy, but it sounds awesome. You know, and that's the thing. It's like starting to change my mind. Like these the little 64s sound better than like 90s. You know,
Yeah.
so it's
And is this one fully stock, right? Except for the paint job.
totally stock. I just changed the paint, but I modified the front wheel a little bit because when you get it stock, it's a little bit the spring's a little bit harder up front.
Oh,
so I softened it a little.
Okay. Yeah. What did you do to soften it?
I just changed the spring.
Oh, you physically
Yeah.
changed the spring. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little more.
And do you happen to know how many
Smoother.
blades that fan is?
They're
on this
12
one?
blades each. Yeah.
This one is 12, so it's
Yeah.
twin 64, 12 blade.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what
the
I
Arrows.
noticed. It's like
Yeah.
when they started going 6S, 12 blades on the 64s, it got so much more power. They
Yeah.
sound awesome.
And that one is 6S?
This one's 6S.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a single 6S.
Okay.
So yeah, you can kind of hear the sound already, but in the
Yeah.
air, this thing sounds great. What I noticed also with this guy is it needs half flap for takeoff, because if you leave it with flaps up, you're going to need to have a lot of elevator, and then it just shoots up and it
Got
doesn't
it.
look so scale. So I noticed better takeoff on half flap. So checking surfaces, everybody good? All right, ready?
Yep.
Nice scale takeoff there.
Flaps up, landing gear up.
I'll kind of fly low for the video so we don't have so much problem seeing it. As it is, it's like super solid. Got a little bit of a wind today.
Yeah, it's got a lot of poop.
Yeah, and that's half throttle, dude. I'm not even punching it yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go punch it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going low.
Damn. That's moving.
Pushing up. Alright. Gonna flip over at the apex. Half throttle again. Just cruising around just so everybody can kind of see how it looks.
1 minute.
Flies really good.
Yeah, it's super stable, man. It's like really nice for its size. Dropping speed a little.
Yeah, that thing moves.
I mean, it's just rock solid. Look at that thing, man. Punching throttle. Yeah, but I mean, I love this thing because it's super precise, man. Like really, you know, once you get your expo and your throw set up, it's so predictable and straight. Like you can literally just fly an inch off of the ground.
That's what it looks like. You're really confident with this thing low.
2
Yeah, it doesn't have any weird tendencies. Like it doesn't wobble. It doesn't have any kind of speed wobble. It's just super smooth, man. It's really surprising for what it is. I mean, it's a 64. Usually they're a little, wonky in the air because they're so small.
Yeah, but that thing is
But
rock
this thing
solid.
is just rock solid.
You say it flies like a big plane?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I bring it out so much, because I don't even fly my big planes as much anymore. So I like coming in with full flap,
Full flaps. Full flaps.
but that means you have, especially with the wing loading, you need more power to come in, manage it. and then just pull up on the elevator and it comes in.
Oh, look at that.
Like
That was beautiful.
you know. So that's the thing. It's like, again, this isn't the Tomcat, but it's similar. It's a similar situation where you've got a twin 64 plane. It's relatively small size. You can't expect this guy to glide.
Yeah.
So you have to come in with some power. So that's got some lift under its wing, and then the full flaps will basically break you. It'll slow you down enough where you have a lot of control, and it doesn't speed wobble as you land.
Would you recommend this as a first EDF?
No, definitely not.
Second?
It's kind of difficult for someone who's not used to landing with flaps.
Yeah.
And a heavier plane. So I wouldn't recommend it to like people who are just getting into EDFs. Even if you think you're really good at flying EDFs, if you're like flying a Viper or an F-22, which really you can glide in,
Yeah.
this is not the plane
Got
to
it. Yeah.
try gliding in for landings. It definitely needs power and you need to manage it. And you need to come in with flaps, otherwise it's going to get away from you real quick.
That might be a good one for me so I can fly like you.
But I love this guy. I mean, if you guys want to take a look at the details, I mean, for a twin 64, it's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's got lights all over.
Yeah, they
super-
did a lot of stuff.
I mean, for me, the landing gear is the thing that's amazing with this. It's like for the size, and it's a brand that nobody really knows. It's by Arrows, but look at the
Oh,
the
yeah.
gear.
Yeah, that's nice. It's really
They've
nicely
got
machined.
it's nicely machined.
Yeah.
It can handle rough landings.
Yeah.
It's really solid. It doesn't wobble when you do the steering. It's really it's pretty solid. It's
Yeah.
got this nice strut there, and even on the main gears,
Yeah.
it's really.
So the only
well
thing you did
made.
was soften up the front a little bit.
Soften up the front because I just
Yeah.
don't like it when it's too hard. It gets really
Yeah.
bouncy.
Yeah, it gets bouncy. Yeah.
So this absorbs like some of the runway cracks that we have and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it comes with a full assortment of ordnance, which is what these
Yeah.
pylon mount
Yeah.
slots are for.
You ever flown with it
flaps
on?
Already. No, not yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's got like crazy details. Like on this, they've got even
Yeah.
things like that on there.
Yeah, it looks great.
But it's amazing what they've been able to do with this plane.
The
They
funny
also
thing
make-
is, it comes out with the regular paint scheme, but it sort of like
Yeah.
disappears
exactly, yeah,
with the air show scheme.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep it highly visible, the air show scheme is great. But
Sure.
I just love the military look, so
Yeah.
I just weathered it and put the
Yeah.
sky camo on there.
Good
But
job on it.
One of my favorite flyers for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it teaches you a lot in terms of like handling heavier planes. So if you don't want to wreck your F-14 and you
Yeah.
want to practice, get this or the F-15.
Yeah.
And it'll basically tech you how to land heavier.
Do you mean the F-15 also by them?
They make an F-15, but what I
Okay.
don't like about the F-15 is it's a split elevator. What do they call those? Split elevator. So it's got a fixed front section and then just like a.
Oh, I see.
just
Yeah, not a full flying stab.
It's not a full flying stab
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. Very nice. Good job, man. Nice flight.
Yeah, love this plane.
That's really impressive when you fly this thing low, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so smooth and solid, man. I love the sound too.